We're playing, that's right, Pokemon Run Bun today. Pokemon Run Bun, the world's hardest Pokemon Nuzlocke. We're 305 hours deep into the world's hardest Pokemon Nuzlocke, where all of the trainers are absolute menaces, and we are going to beat, hopefully, a couple trainers today. That's the idea. Anyways, let's look at this rock and figure out this fight. What's our risk on this fight? There's like a couple of 1 in 100 risks. There's like a couple 1 in 200 risks, basically, that we have to take during this fight. We can potentially steer out of them, but they basically lead to just absolute... If it happens, we just need to sit there and figure out who we need to sacrifice to win the battle. Half of the turns of this fight, we're taking a risk. It's like very low risk every turn, but we are taking a little, like... Okay, you know what? Just go. My heart is actually, like, beating out of my chest right now. It's... it's... Like, okay, let's look at my heart rate really quick. Look at that. So this fight, we spent, I don't know, like 8 hours or something looking at it. We didn't find a riskless line. We didn't find even close to a riskless line. So there's a, this is the highest chance that a Pokemon will die in a fight that we've known about in quite a long time. It's still pretty low odds. It's like, you know, around, it's probably less than 1%, but, you know, for every one of those types of times you make a risk, it's gonna happen eventually. Hopefully none will die because they're all kind of nice Pokemon. But yeah, this fight is absolutely vile. Yeah, this is probably, this fight, I think, is the biggest known risk since Mount Pyre, where we had to risk a turn 1 explosion, which was like a 2.5% chance. This is in the right slot, right? Udon, Acai in the second slot. And I'll explain why this fight is so bad during the battle. Like, my chest hurts. I'm so nervous. Because this... Like, these are the types of fights where if you mess up, you can just lose. Here we go. Let's start the fight. This fight is really, really difficult. It has a couple of different gimmicks that are working together at the same time. The right side of the field has a Meowstic. The right side of the field has Pokemon with the abilities Competitive and Defiant, which doubles their respective attack stats if they get stat dropped. Which meant it was really hard to use Intimidate Pokemon or any Pokemon that lowered speed. It also has Fake Out, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. But it has the move Imprison, which makes it so you can't use those moves if it uses Imprison. The unfortunate thing about that is the Pokemon on the left side of the field are basically... They have a bunch of Pokemon that are weak to Psychic and Thunderbolt. And Fake Out is also a very good move to have. And if Meowstic uses Imprison, you just can't use those anymore. We tried a million different lines with a million different Pokemon that started, but we open up with the 2 pseudo-legendaries here. There are a lot of risks on this fight, unfortunately. The biggest problem this fight that we found was that Meowstic is too weak. Yeah, Meowstic is too weak. Because Meowstic basically never sees that it kills anything, it just attacks randomly quite often if it's going to attack. And a random attack into a random slot makes things very hard to predict. That's the problem that we're having. And there's going to be several turns where we're taking some risks. The first turn, there shouldn't be any risk though. The first turn, we will use Draco Meteor on Conkeldurr to deal some chip damage, and Hydreigon will be switching to Torkoal. What will happen is Acai is holding an Iron Ball, and the AI can see all of the items you're holding. And it sees, oh, that's an Iron Ball. Your speed is lower than mine because of the Iron Ball, so I can kill you with one hit with my Conkeldurr. It also sees the abilities, like my Udon's Inner Focus, so it will never fake out Udon. And the AI always wants to fake out turn 1, so it's going to fake out my Acai slot guaranteed. So the turn 1 is guaranteed. And yes, the Draco Meteor is chip damage. You heard that correctly. Conkeldurr is a monster. So, this first turn, Hot Pot will take a Hammer Arm and a Fake Out as Udon deals some chip damage to Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is holding an Assault Vest, an item which we do not have access to. But you can see there, it does that. But after we take a Hammer Arm, Hot Pot is now very low on HP. And this was the one way we could figure out how to get Meowstic to actually attack instead of using Imprison. Because now that Hot Pot's on such low HP, Meowstic is like, I can see kill, yes, and it won't use Imprison. It'll use Thunderbolt, it'll use Psychic. That's it. It will be attacking Hot Pot on this turn, as Udon will be able to kill Conkeldurr, because again, Conkeldurr outspeeds and sees that it kills Hot Pot, because Hot Pot's slow as heck, and Meowstic also sees that it kills. So, we're holding a Muscle Band, so we're able to outspeed and kill Conkeldurr before it can even try to hit Hot Pot. And Torkoal will protect to protect itself from Meowstic's inevitable attack. So, those turns were guaranteed. Nothing in those turns was any risk. This turn is where it starts. Because Hot Pot is on such low HP, you can see Dragonite's Inner Focus protects it from Intimidate, which is nice. Because we have Thunder Punch and are able to kill Gyarados now. But this is the turn where one of the biggest risks of the fight takes place. Meowstic, again, sees a kill on Hot Pot, but so does Gyarados. The problem is, Gyarados is going to use a random move between Bounce and Waterfall. If it uses Bounce, there is a potential line where we wipe. We lose the whole run. Chances are we might lose like one Pokemon, but there is a theoretical way we wipe here if we get bad enough luck on this fight. So, we want to see Waterfall from Gyarados and Psychic from Meowstic. That is the perfect turn here. Most of the time we are fine, but if we lose some 50-50s, things could go very bad. We're going to Thunder Punch Gyarados to see kill. And Hot Pot is going to switch into Acai. We want to see Psychic because it doesn't do anything to Acai. And we want to see Waterfall because it's resisted. If that happens, most of the risk in the fight goes away. Okay, this is the turn. Let's see it. Come on, Waterfall. Bounce could also miss. That would be good. It used Psychic, okay. And it used Bounce. This miss. No crit. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. We'll have to double check. But I think because it didn't crit and it used Psychic, that was a good enough turn that we're fine. The paralysis is totally fine, because Acai was never planned to attack, it's just planned to bait attacks. And our Iron Ball made us slower than everything anyways. Okay, we need to be above 79 HP. That is the critical number. If we are above 79 HP... Now, the problem with this line that we discovered, the line was cooked, and I was double-checking everything. The one problem with this line that we found is that Rapidash can high horsepower Acai. Because not only does Iron Ball lower your speed, but it grounds your Pokemon, allowing it to get hit by ground moves. And it could use high horsepower if it sees a kill, if we're at 79 HP or less. So I'm going to press start here, and it's going to show our HP, and we want to see above 79. Okay. Okay. It cannot use high horsepower, which means we are perfectly safe to switch in Togedemaru. But this turn is also a risk, because Meowstic can technically use Psychic on Udon. Meowstic has a 50-50 chance of attacking Acai or attacking Udon. if it attacks Udon and gets a low roll psychic critical hit special defense drop, we could technically lose a Pokemon. Which is about like a 1% chance or something. So we don't, I can't remember exactly the HP value we need to be at, but we want to see it attack Acai here. We want to see the Acai slot double attacked. Why not a high roll? I can't remember. I think it's so it doesn't see a kill, or it does see a kill, or it can see a kill. I can't remember. Anyways, we are going to dual wing beat Rapidash Galar here to deal some chip damage. And there's a chance that Rapidash dies on this turn. It's fine. We have a line if so. And now Acai will switch to Togedemaru, our Dumpling. We want to see Thunderbolt on Dumpling and play rough on Dumpling. Those are the two things that we want to see on this turn. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Here's the play rough. There it is. We get Iron Barb's damage. That Iron Barbs is necessary for Udon to kill next turn. And there's the Thunderbolt! Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. And Rapidash lives this turn? Oh. Okay. I think we're safe now. I think we made it through. None of the bad luck things happened. We're able to extreme speed to kill Rapidash. And we're able to fake out Meowstic because it still hasn't used Imprison. Fake out is to make Meowstic not move and to break its focus sash. Okay. Nice crit, Dumpling. Bang. So now we have killed all of the Pokemon from that Pokemon's slot. From that trainer's slot. So now it's 2v1s all the way down. It's not over yet. Like, the fight isn't over yet, because we still need to do some very meticulous switching. Meowstic, because it does not see that it can kill me, and it sees that I have Fake Out, and it has Fake Out, it says, I gotta stop it from using Fake Out. I'm gonna use Imprison. So the Meowstic is now going to use Imprison, completely wasting its turn. As we are going to switch Dragonite into Torkoal. And we're going to switch Togedemaru to Dhelmise. So there's the Imprison. It fails because I don't have any matching moves. And again, Hot Pot's back in, so it's like, oh my god, I can kill Hot Pot now. I can kill the Hot Pot. So, it will be attacking Hot Pot. Because Acai is able to take it's going to use Psychic or Thunderbolt, which Acai takes totally fine. And Dhelmise has a super effective Phantom Force. So, it would be using Phantom Force on Meowstic here. Why not Protect? Because we need to pivot through some Pokemon. Yeah, I guess we could Protect. I think we could have protected, too. I think. Oh, no, it's... So, Kangaskhan can't take a Psychic. Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't want Kangaskhan to take a Psychic. So we Phantom Force... So, Meowstic... Psychics Acai, and Nori disappears. So, the reason why we switched to Acai and didn't use Protect is because now Meowstic is guaranteed to use Thunderbolt, its weaker move. Which Vegemite takes well. And it has a Cherry Berry to protect it from the paralysis. Why are his mons nicknamed after Asian food? That's right, Vegemite, the Asian food. The classic Asian food. So there's the Thunderbolt. If we get paralyzed, we're still fine. And there's the Phantom Force. So now they should switch in Milotic. In theory. There's Milotic. And because Vegemite just came in, Vegemite is able to fake out Milotic to make sure it doesn't move. Ooh, wait, hold on. How does Zoom Lens work? Milotic flinches here, so can we miss? Okay, we're holding a Zoom Lens to make sure Power Whip hits, but technically we flinch Milotic. I think the flinch from Milotic counts as it moving first. But if it doesn't, then we could be in a bad spot, but I'm almost certain that Zoom Lens counts even if it flinches. Because that guarantees Power Whip hits. And Power Whip does one shot. So here's the fake out. There's the flinch. And here's the Power Whip. It hits. Bang. Alright, and now. Purugly is going to come in. And the beautiful thing about using Nori here to kill those two Pokemon is Nori is a ghost type. So it can't be hit with Fake Out. And Purugly is Fake Out, and on the first turn out, it always wants to use Fake Out. So it will be using Fake Out guaranteed onto Vegemite. So we can switch into Dumpling to take a Fake Out. Yeah, so we can switch into Dumpling to take the Fake Out. And Nori can hit a Power Whip to kill it most of the time. If it doesn't, that's still fine. Most of the time it kills here. No, it always kills. Because, yeah, Iron Barbs deals 1/8 to it. And I forgot 1/8 is 12.5%. Yeah, so Nori gets a kill. And there's the battle. A battle where nothing went wrong. After 8 hours, we found a line through. Great stuff. Alright, the next battle... Oh. I think the next battle, some people... So, chat, you know the first battle of this gym, the creator considers it the hardest fight of the entire game? The people that run the game consider this fight the hardest fight in the whole game. This is the next fight. A Crobat, Flying Gem, Acrobatic, Super Fang, Screech, and Tailwind. It's a Tailwind fight where it's just, we have to fight a bunch of absolute demons and then a bunch of fake Tailwind. This fight is disgusting. How many mandatory battles are left? There are 2 battles before Tate and Liza. This is Gym Battle, Gym 7, Battle 5. I think this should be pretty straightforward, actually. Sceptile, level 70. As Sceptile, switch to... It needs to take a Flying Gem Acrobatics and a Life Orb Cinderace Pyro Ball. Can Pyro Ball miss? Does Pyro Ball have any, like, secondary effects? It can miss. Thaws out. 10% chance to burn. Alright, so we probably want a Fire type. I feel like you take 36% from Pyro Ball. 63. My goat Torkoal! Let's freaking go! Sorry, it's just... I think we need to do a different line. I don't think this is gonna... There's just not... It's just not enough slots. You know what, chat? Let's go see what Flygon and Peachow did.
Anyway, I fucking cooked, boys.
Oh, he cooked off stream?
The squad is...
Oh?
Mienshao.
Mienshao?
Rhyperior.
Okay, the Pokemon I don't have.
Pulse. Arcanine.
I have that one. Pulse.
Salazzle.
Okay.
Ninja.
You just wanted to visit the box for a moment.
We have to go teach Rock Smash.
2.
To Rhyperior. So, unfortunately, this is probably the hardest fight in this gym. It definitely feels like it.
This is the hardest fight in the gym, apparently, according to people.
And a lot of people have said so that have played the game. What this means for us is that we have to sack Mienshao, who was undeniably the hero of the mid-game of this run. It pains me, but it's the only Pokemon...
Okay, so immediately we can't use this strategy. I don't want to sacrifice a Pokemon.
One that makes sense in this slot, and it's the only way I can get tempo here. The issue with this
lead
is that the Excadrill is Ground Gem and Mold Breaker, and it just Earthquakes everything, and there's no way to consistently lock this guy into single target. Nothing that I have that kills it outspeeds it, and if it does, it dies to Crobat. Nothing I have outspeeds Crobat at all. You can't flinch Crobat with Fake Out because it's Inner Focus.
Okay.
There's just no other way to set up this position, unfortunately. And it has to be Meowstic because I have to Fake Out the Excadrill because Arcanine is slower than Excadrill.
Oh, his Arcanine's slower?
Upon its death, Wilhelm will be delivering one last blow.
Sticky
to the enemy.
Barb. Sticky Barb.
So here's what's going to happen. Crobat is going to Acrobatics Flying Gem Mienshao.
Immediately
Mienshao
first turn
holds the
kills it.
Sticky Barb, which will then, because Crobat no longer has an item after it hits, go onto Crobat, reducing Acrobatics damage for the rest of the fight because it'll be forced to hold the item, and dealing damage every turn. The damage reduction isn't actually that important. It's the damage over time that makes the Sticky Barb important. What's also important, and what was kind of hard to figure out about this line, is that before this Crobat dies, we have to get the Sticky Barb back, because otherwise we lose it forever. So, Mienshao needs to Fake Out Excadrill so that it flinches before it can Earthquake, and then Arcanine can kill with a Flare Blitz here. We don't take Recoil because we're Rockhead.
Good.
Wilhelm, you were f***ing amazing. Those Focus Blasts on the Gauntlet, man.
My Arcanine's level
Dude,
81. We'll
I'll
level it
never
up to
forget.
85. Uh-oh!
There's the Sticky Barb.
Sticky Barb.
Okay. So because Arcanine's in slot 2, we're baiting the new switch in with that slot, which means it has to be Medicham because Medicham sees a fast kill on Arcanine. There's a little bit of chip damage.
Get barbed,
okay,
idiot.
Here's the missing piece.
First turn Sticky Barb is interesting because we were just treating it as an acrobatics attack drop, but it also does deal damage.
AI works.
Oh,
Crobat has Tailwind, and if
He encores Tailwind.
has Tailwind, and one of his Pokemon, any of his Pokemon are slower than any of mine, he will always click Tailwind if he doesn't see any kills, which means Crobat predictably always will set up Tailwind here.
Oh, and then he switches into the best
Tailwind?
Pokemon in the game.
Dynamic Speed, Close Combat goes into Dragapult.
Yeah.
Encore goes into Crobat. He's now locked into Tailwind for the next 2 turns. It's really important because it gives us so much consistency. All the while the Sticky Barb takes down its HP.
Okay.
Next step, Medicham can only
Yeah, he just disables it and forces it to take damage every turn.
attack Salazzle because it only... And this...
Wait, who has
And
Sucker
then
Punch?
Sucker Punch the
You
Medicham.
have, he has Sucker Punch too? Wait, what? OBS has crashed.
Was so important because it means I can
Okay, so the thing with OBS is it says, whoops, OBS has crashed, but if you never click OK, the stream still goes. I don't know if it's still recording, though, locally.
We kind of don't want to crit here. If we crit, we have to steer quite
It's so nice that he forces Sucker Punch on...
a bit, but it's very handleable because at least we'll be in a 2v1.
Oh, man.
So we can Head Smash here. Crobat
I
can
wish.
do whatever it wants this turn.
That's so nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the fact that he's just able to take out that side
Okay,
is
that's
so
fine.
elegant.
It's completely fine.
77 Prime subbed for 5 months.
Okay, perfect. No more Tailwind.
Did Head Smash not one-shot Cinderace?
Fine.
Oh, it was Dark type.
No more Tailwind. And we still need to get the Sticky Barb back, but we need to not kill Crobat this turn. This is why we needed to go exactly Rock Smash, because it never kills Crobat with a crit.
Okay.
But the defense drop means that afterwards, Extreme Speed is always going to kill Crobat the next turn.
Does Extreme Speed kill this?
Kill on Crobat after the defense drop from Rock Smash, and then Rhyperior is going to switch for Greninja.
Rock Smash, that's nice.
So we're going to have to adapt here a little bit, but it should be fine.
Okay, let's see Flygon's line, because that doesn't help. All right, Flygon HG, what do you got, buddy? What do you got, my good Nuzlocke inspiration? He has a very similar team. This is probably his close combat suck-upper. We have one of these. We have a Shell Armor Pokemon. That's basically Archeops. We have that. 26 minutes to cook this?
Flare Blitz, Excadrill,
Yeah, that speeds.
Protect with Lem.
Oh, okay, well, I immediately can't do that.
Let it jump again.
39 subbed for 32 months.
Wait, do you not take a close combat here? Oh, he outspeeds it.
And this time, Medicham, Lem is baiting either, what was it? Either Zen Headbutt
Or Iron
or
Head.
Thunder Punch
Thunder-
from
never
Medicham.
mind.
So we are going to go to Hamburger,
Okay.
who has a Citrus Berry to tank the Acrobatics,
That takes an acrobatics?
get back enough HP that it doesn't get killed with a Thunder Punch. What we really want to see here, though, is we really want to see Zen Headbutt.
That's something that we never tried is flare blitzing that guy.
Not Acrobatics. Or not Thunder Punch. Okay?
We haven't tried flare blitzing Medicham.
R-E-S-P-T. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. All right. So that does a lot of damage. It's fine, though. We can never get crit because we're Medicham.
Yeah, Shell Armor.
Okay, no crit burn is great.
Technically, he risks a paralysis
It
here.
does Thunder Punch.
Right?
So now Hamburger, I believe, is in 59.
We could do something similar here with Torkoal.
So now Hamburger... So
I guess we could use a scalar or a rare candy on Alaska and just have riskless.
unfortunately,
But-
we still just extreme speed here.
I
But
don't
then
like that.
hamburger, so it's not setting up tailwind, which is fine because it means we don't have to stall out tailwind.
The faster Alaska is so beautiful.
There is smash Cinderace.
It actually makes
We're
it
gonna fake it
trivial.
out.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
flinch it.
something. It's just Arcanine increasing the speed. It's for 3 IVs. If we were like 1 speed on Arcanine, I'd do it. But with 28 speed, it's just not. If you scale this fight, is it the only resource you're using and you'd make it easy? If we scaled Arcanine's speed, I could cook a line in less than 10 minutes. But I don't want to use the scale. Chat, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to do this fight because I don't know if it's actually recording. Because OBS is crashed. I think I might just call it a day here. We'll figure it out next time.